Live on Your Sideline is sponsored by Side & Stricker Nobi John Deere.
For those like me, it's no longer t-shirts and shorts type of weather. The jackets had to come out, but that only means one thing. It's football weather. Welcome into 5 on Your Sideline. I'm Ahmad Higgs.
And I'm Hannah Yates. Tonight was no ordinary night in St. Louis with a very special guest arriving to town in style. It was Missouri head football coach Eli Drinkwitz arriving on the field at the DeSmet-SLU High School game via helicopter. SLU tries to give him a show. Derek Baker takes the counter in for a score, but that would get called back. Then it's Chris Brooks who says no worries as he goes in for the score to put the Junior Bills on top. DeSmet's Chris Cotton says, "Don't worry so either, I'll get this right back," and he evens the game as the Spartans go on to win 48-21.
What a game right there. Now let's head to Edwardsville, where Coach Drink happened to make another stop tonight to see this guy, Luther Burden III, who decides between Mizzou and Georgia on Tuesday. Flyers quarterback Robert Pop's battle was on a roll tonight. He fakes the handoff and takes this one in for himself. The Flyers, well, they were in cruise control after that battle. Later on, we'll hand it off this time to freshman T. Martin, who makes it 8-0 with that 2-point conversion. And that's a name you'll want to know. And later on, Pops will keep it himself to go in for the score. This one was all East St. Louis. They will go on to win by a final of 58-0. Although he didn't score when we were there, Luther Burden III, also the top-ranked receiver in the nation, has a big decision to make next week where he will decide between Mizzou, Alabama, and Georgia. Burden told me yesterday this process has been stressful but rewarding at the same time.
I mean, it's a great feeling. Just being like where I'm from, you know, just to have people notice you for something good. So it's a good feeling.
Meanwhile, the CBC cadets set out on a road trip for their game tonight against Rockhurst. Jeremiah Love would get the handoff, and it looked like he was playing against JV. This looked too easy as he goes in for the score. The cadets with the ball again. This time, Patrick Heider drops back and connects with Jeremiah McClellan. CBC was cruising, and they would win 41-10 tonight. First is the motto of the Rockwood Summit football program, and it's paying off quite literally this season. Very few teams remain undefeated at this point in this season, but the Rockwood Summit team is one that heads into Week 7 with a perfect record. Not only are they undefeated, but they've won every single game by at least 30 points. And with the defense who scored more points than they've allowed this season after going 2-3 last fall, the senior leadership says they chose to step up and work harder than ever before.
Last year was kind of messed up because of COVID and everything, but like this year we were doing workouts this summer, practicing this summer, doing camps and stuff. Everyone was showing up, putting in their time and stuff.
It's definitely close. It's closer than it has been in recent years. It's closer than our 19 group who made it to the district championships. We're more of a tight-knit group.
And now to the game action. Rockwood Summit hosting Pattonville High School. Summit lost their QB a few weeks back from freshman QB Mason Brown. Steps up to the plate and says no problem. He connected with Caden Wallace in the end zone as Summit remains undefeated. Final score 27-7.
Next up, Fort Zumwalt South taking on Francis Howell North. Everybody trying to stay dry there. You know what'll make all those fans happy in the rain? This Jay Leslie touchdown. Watch him break loose past the defenders, and there he is for the score as the Knights will go on to win 44-21.
A rainy night on hand at Marquette as the Mustangs hosted Oakville High. The men in green came out firing tonight. Jakari Parks takes the handoff and goes in from 1 yard out to put his team up. And after a quick three, Oakville 3 now, Jake Albrin with the ball again. This time he uses the play action to find Tyree Bonnet in the back of the end zone. And this was all Marquette as they would go on to win huge 51-0 tonight.
How about some Thursday night football? Cardinal Ritter taking on Jackson yesterday in the rain. Pernell Beasley delivers a strike to Alonzo Smith. He shakes off a few defenders before going in to score. It wouldn't be enough, though, as the Indians come to town and grab the W 28-8.
Continuing the Thursday night games, Parkway North hosting Parkway South. And on the opening kickoff, Monte Weaver would field the kick as you can guess what happened, and we're showing it. All the way to the house, the Vikings would go on to win this game 33-6.
Lastly, Parkway West hosting Webster Groves. Gannon Snyder trying to find someone to throw the ball to when he decides to keep it himself. It was all Longhorns, and they would hold Webster Groves winless with a 43-0 victory.